Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the Wealth Metrics podcast. This is where we reveal top secrets that top investors use to succeed in their business to also help you scale your business from where you are right now to a higher level. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that I know definitely is going to help you as investors. My name is James Egodibe, and I'm the host for this Wealth Metrics podcast. We have with us somebody who has been in this game and he's known the tricks, the tips, and everything to actually assist you in this business. Let's make welcome Daniel Ramsey. Daniel, you're welcome, and thank you so much for accepting this invite to speak to the real estate investors. Daniel, before we dive into the questions, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, experience, how you started, so that our audience can relate with you and where you are right now?
Okay, James. Well, first of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to obviously speak to your audience and obviously share my expertise and obviously strategies that they can implement in their business straight away. A little bit of history about myself. I've been online for about 4 years now. Before, when I first started off, I had a digital marketing agency. Then I went over to affiliate marketing, and then I am now transitioning to coaching, but all with organic strategies. So that's what I wanted to talk about with you guys today. Obviously, organic strategies. I won't deep dive into it right at this moment, but there's a misconception that when you come online, you need paid ads, you need websites, funnels, all of that. But I'm going to teach you guys today that that is untrue. You don't need all of that to obviously succeed online. So I'm looking forward to obviously sharing some knowledge with you guys today.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Daniel, I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to give our audience a good tip that will help them in their journey of becoming a successful investor. The first question I want to ask you, Daniel, is looking at where you are right now, what is one tip that you wish somebody had told you when you just started this social media marketing journey?
Simplification. I wish so. Simplify your business as much as possible. Do you know, as I said just in my intro, the common misconception is when you come online, you need funnels, you need ads, you need a website, you need email marketing, you need chatbots. There's so many different moving parts online.
Mhm.
It could get you bogged down and it causes overwhelm. So the one thing I wish somebody would have taught me when I first came online is simplify your business as much as possible. Remove all the moving parts in your business that reduces the overwhelm, and then you can succeed then. Just simplify. It's as simple as that. Simplify your business as much as possible.
Wow. I think that's a very good tip, because just like you said, sometimes most of us just overcomplicate things, and it becomes so
Yeah.
difficult
Yes.
when we are doing what we are meant to do. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, the tip that he wish somebody had told him is simplification. Simplify whatever you're doing in such a way that even a little child can
Yeah,
understand what
exactly.
you're trying to
Yeah.
do. Thank you so much. Now, let's now look at social media marketing. Social
Yeah.
media marketing. First of all, do you want to tell us everything about social media marketing?
Social media marketing can take obviously many forms, and there's various platforms that you can use, obviously Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. But for the purposes of obviously my business and this interview, I'll be talking to you guys about Facebook. Now,
Mm.
Facebook is such a powerful tool, and there's two ways it can obviously go about it. You can use the ads or you can use organic strategies, and I specialize in organic strategies.
Okay.
And if done right, organic strategies it can be really profitable. That's the thing. But then, as I said earlier on, it's about simplifying the process and not overcomplicating that process.
Mm.
So people are under the common misconception that you need loads of fancy tools and tools and funnels and everything. The only thing that you need to succeed on Facebook is your Facebook profile. And I'll tell you there's one more thing, but I'll save that for later on. there's two things that you need really. So your Facebook profile, that's what it starts with.
Yeah, so your Facebook profile, so long as your Facebook profile is just bam there. Okay, good.
Yeah. If you look
What
at,
trick
sorry.
would you say you have discovered in your journey so far?
If you look at your Facebook profile, we'll talk a little bit more about that. If you look at your Facebook profile as real estate, thing is
Mm,
obviously this will relate to you guys is real estate, and your Facebook profile is your house. When
mm,
somebody lands, one of your neighbors or whatever it is, if you add somebody's friend and they land on your in your house or on your house front, we'll just use
mm,
the house as an analogy,
yeah.
then that house has to look presentable, really, really
Mm,
presentable. So there's a few things that you can actually do to get that house looking up to scratch, get that house looking presentable, get that house thinking that people do want to actually come inside. That's your cover photo. Cover
mm,
photo has to have a nice, clear picture of yourself, has to have a call to action of where you want to lead those people to, whether it be a lead magnet, whether it be a course that you're doing, anything that's relevant to your business. That cover photo has to obviously be nice and bright, be nice and inviting, lead those people where you want them to go. The next thing is going to be a profile photo. That profile photo has to be, it doesn't, people don't like seeing, obviously, yes, people do like cats and dogs, but that photo has to be of you. But it's true though, but that profile photo has to be of you, preferably business like. If you want to be, if you want to give off a business like impression, or if you want to give off a professional look, then that profile photo has to be preferably facing the camera, smiling, obviously nice, warm, inviting. Next thing is your feature photo. Again, feature photo with a call to action, with good copy on there, directing those people where you want to go. And obviously, and then, sorry, there's another extra bit to that is your content that you actually do put on your personal profile. That's a
mm,
whole nother avenue that we can go down with the content. But just for argument's sake now, the first things that people do see are your profile photo, your cover photo, and your feature photo. And those three need to be on point to get people, again, using the housing analogy, to get people to obviously want to come into your house then and want to actually stay on your page. Okay?
mm. Yeah, cool. That's very, very interesting because sometimes you see some people's Facebook page, just like you say, you don't see their picture there, and they are asking you to be their friend on Facebook. And my question is, who am I befriending on Facebook if I can't see
Exactly.
your face?
Yeah, you don't know what to do. You don't know. There's no bio there to say who they
Yeah,
help. One of the most powerful things on your Facebook profile is your bio, the I help statement. Like I help real investors hit 20K months with organic strategies, or I help blah 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 do blah 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 without blah blah blah. Does that make sense? That I help statement is really, really powerful, and that
mm, mm.
immediately tells everybody exactly what you do, who you are, who you help, and then that person then can decide whether that Facebook profile is for them or not.
Or not. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's cool. That's cool. Let's now dive into the other question, which is, what are the secrets that you think investors should know but they don't know when it comes to Facebook advertising?
Do you know what? People overlook this so much, but do you know one of the most powerful things on Facebook is a Facebook group?
Hmm.
This is what people don't realize. To put it this way now, Mark Zuckerberg, I think it was Super Bowl. I'm not too sure what Super Bowl it was, but I think it was a year or 2 years ago, last year, something like that. I'm not too sure the exact date, so don't really quote me on that one. He
Hmm.
spent $10 million on a 30-second ad for Facebook groups.
Hmm.
So this is how powerful now Facebook groups are. Facebook is all about building a community,
Yeah.
and Facebook groups are community. You can nurture the you can nurture your prospects or clients even better in a Facebook group. Facebook profile, yes, you can have up to 5,000 friends, but then in your Facebook group are more targeted people. So
Hmm.
once those people in Facebook groups, you can nurture them with Facebook Lives, sharing stories. There's so many different elements that you can obviously nurture these people with.
Hmm.
But Facebook groups are so powerful. But I see so many people missing out on those things because I ask people, like some of my clients, have you got a Facebook group? No. Or yes, I have got a Facebook group, but I'm not really concentrating on that. That's not what I want. I'm like, you are crazy. Why are you not doing that? Do you know what? I've always been told Never sell from your personal profile. The first port of call when you add somebody on Facebook and you start that relationship building conversation is to get them into your Facebook group. That's the first thing you should do, because then again, I could talk for days about this, but you can obviously activate email sequences. If you do use emails, that welcome message is obviously get people to like, know, and trust you straight away. Then you can do Facebook lives in your Facebook group, constantly do trainings, just give resources. There's so many different things you can do to nurture those people, the targeted people. So yeah, sorry, as I said, I could talk for days about things like that, but Facebook groups, that is the one thing that I see so many people missing out on. Definitely.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think one of the reasons why people are not really focusing on the Facebook group is just the work involved for you to get people. And then when you see a lot of groups out there, you see that there are several thousands and you're wondering, when are you going to get there? Well, I think it's just start.
Yeah.
And then
Well, do you know what? People think that you need like 50, 60,000 people in your group just to be profitable. You don't. I've seen groups with 3,000 people who are making 7 figures. I've seen groups with 30, 40,000 people who are making absolutely nothing. Even like 100,000 who are making nothing at all. It's about how you actually cultivate that Facebook group. It's about how targeted that Facebook group is. It's about how you nurture your audience, the things that you do. Yes, it is a lot of work to get it off the ground, but then once you get to about 600, 700 members and your Facebook group's engaged, the engagement's right up, then Facebook will naturally show your group to people that are on that searching for the keywords. Then there's quite a few things that you can obviously do to get your group shown, get the algorithm shown to your group. Engagement is one of them. Keywords, obviously, that you put into your title, description. So there's different ways that you can obviously get your group grown organically. But yes, like with any business, it is going to take a lot of hard work for the first 5, 6 members to grow that group. But once it gets past that point, your group should grow organically daily, without you having to obviously put that much work in.
Okay, I think that's a good secret for them to see how they can explore that. If an investor that's not been focusing on Facebook, probably they've been focusing on LinkedIn before, and they now, after hearing this podcast and this juicy tips and tricks that you've given to us today, they now want to, move into Facebook. How do you tell them to start off? What are the steps?
What most people have, I find, is they've already got a Facebook profile, but they just obviously haven't used it for business before. And the first thought with people when they do want to use their Facebook profile for business is, oh, I have to make a new Facebook profile. It's not at all. Facebook frowns on you having 2 profiles, regardless of if you change your name or whatever. It's obviously still going to be the same photos. They will frown, so you're likely to get your account banned. So I would suggest, obviously, you take the steps. You just announce it to people like, this is, I'm going to start using my Facebook profile for this. Take people through a journey, then still use that profile. Chances are, or you can segment your friends as well. So the people that you have on your Facebook profile now, you can put them into a separate list to a business list then. So effectively, you've got 2 lists on your Facebook profile. This is just a starting steps where I would start from. You've got 2 lists on your Facebook profile, one, and you can choose who you can show your whatever content to them, basically. And then, like I said at the beginning, change your cover photo, your feature photo, nice profile photo on there as well with a call to action, and build a Facebook group.
Good. The Facebook group you are suggesting for them to build, because some of them go out there and then they build a group that is public. Others build a group that is private. In other words, before you can join that group, you probably, like you're trying to do a program now, they will go through that program and then join the private group. Are you referring to such private group or just a public group for everybody?
No, private group, because the reason why I say private, people have to request to join on your private group. In this business, it's all about data. So when you request to join a private group, there are 3 questions. So somebody has, that first question could be obviously, where did you find this group? Second question could get somebody to raise their hand and say, yes, I do want your help. Obviously you have to tailor it to whatever your business is, whatever you want to ask, but then that will get them to raise their hand and saying, yes, I do want to reach out to you then. And the third question is collecting the email address, and that could be used. Email lists are really, really powerful, and that's the only asset online that they say you do own. So that email address, then yeah, you can collect that email address. There's automation tools that you can use to hook it up to your autoresponder, like Zapier and everything. So if you know what Zapier is, it's just somewhat that bridges the gap from it's the automation tool, sorry, that bridges the gap from your Facebook group to your autoresponder then. So many little things, but those three questions are really, really important. If it was a public group and anybody could join, then you wouldn't be able to collect that data then. But a private group will ensure you can collect that data. Those three questions as well could also be used for content. Like you could ask him one of those questions: what's the biggest struggle you've got with investing, or what's a challenge that you face with investing? And those questions that your audience answers, that is your content. You can answer those in the group then, in a post or in a video. So it's the three questions. People overlook those three questions, but they are really, really powerful.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that insight. Is there any other tips, tricks, or secrets that you wish to tell investors out there that we've not included in the question?
Yeah, Facebook, obviously organic marketing, and Facebook, marketing your business on Facebook. Just be real. People don't like fake. This is the thing, you know, and I always say this as well. If you see somebody like with Lamborghinis, Ferraris and everything like that, and a big massive house, like loads of girls and everything like that, it's not realistic, is it? It's not real. It's not true to real life. There's only the top 1% or something like that that has that life. But you need to be a real person. You need to be, vulnerability is also a big, massive selling factor, because people will relate that you're a real person and that you go through struggles, that you have these bumps in the road, but you can overcome these bumps. So just share your journey. People love seeing people's journey. People like seeing people obviously not struggle, because nobody likes seeing everybody struggle, but then people can relate to you struggling as well, because I bet everybody listening to this now has struggled at one point in their life.
Yeah,
going through the same thing that you are. You think, oh, do you know what? He's gone through, say James has gone through this already. He's got over it. This is the way he's got over it. I can relate to James. Know, like, and trust factor. Okay, so that's important, the know, like, and trust factor. And Lamborghinis, Ferraris, I would never relate to somebody like that. That's a fake life in my eyes. Obviously, yes, it does happen, but that's not realistic in my eyes at all. I've got children, I've got bills to pay and everything, so I couldn't fit my children in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. So that's not going to relate to me at all, is it? And that's like most of the world, 2.4 kids or whatever. So I just think, just be as real as possible and don't try and fake it. And those are that's one thing, that's my parting gift to you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. You're just talking about authenticity, and a lot of people actually want that authenticity, because if I cannot relate with you, why do I want to associate with you? And that's why in programs we just say, look, people should just tell us their background, how they started, so that people can relate with them. And it's all about relationship. If they cannot relate with you, then they can't actually be part of you. Thank you so much. Daniel, before we wrap up this interview, do you want to tell us a little bit about your project, what you're doing right now, so that our audience, if anyone just listen to that and they feel, I want to be part of that, they can equally just know how to get hold of you?
I have just recently launched my 5-day challenge, which is happening on October the 26th. So those 5 days will be taking you through how to have a 6-figure mindset, how to have organic strategies for exponential growth, how to automate your business, how to build a tribe of Arabian fans, how to craft your own high-ticket offer, or irresistible high-ticket offer, sorry. So that 5 days is a free training. So that 5 days will take you through all of those steps and give you steps that you can implement into an actions that you can take into your business straight away. As I said, again, the challenge is absolutely free, but I'd love for you guys to obviously come along and join that 5-day free training. And if you did want to come along, it's groupimpactcoaching.com/registration, and you can register your details there. Okay, so that's groupimpactcoaching.com/registration, and you can register that for that free 5-day challenge starting on October the 26th. I'd love to have you guys join me in that one.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Daniel, for all that you've shared with our audience in this episode of Wealth Metrics podcast for real estate investors. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Once again, I'm your host, James Egodibe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.